All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to the Most High, whose name is Yahweh, in the name of his Son, Yahweh Shai, all right, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. His real name in the Paleo Hebrew is Yahweh Shai, all right. I'd like to give a double honors to the apostles and the elders of the house of David, those that are coming in sincerity and truth, all right. And I'd like to give a shalom and greetings to the 12 tribes of Israel, all right, that are scattered across the earth, all right. But specifically here in Babylon, all right, that's the vast majority of Israel. All 12 tribes are in Babylon, all right. The vast majority of Israel is in Babylon, all right, which is America today, all right, which is spiritually called Sodom in Egypt, all right. Sodom for the immoral sexual acts here, the sexual, the immoral, the sexual immorality in Egypt, as in the oppression here, the unrighteous oppression, right? All right, because this devil makes unrighteous decrees, all right, and he oppresses those that are coming in truth, in justice, in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, all right? Shalom to the 12 tribes, all right, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, and Native Indians going back on your father's side, and you scattered Israelites that may look like the heathen, but your father's seed line goes back to Israel. All right, Shalom. All right, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right, into the heart of devils. All right, devil means deceiver. All right, it's not a red man with a pitchfork in the middle of the earth, all right, that you burn forever. That's not what the devil is, all right? Devil just means deceiver, all right? And you come into maliciousness, wickedness, all right? That's what devil means, all right? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, all right? And it's high time that we wake out of sleep, all right? The hopeful elect, because the message is only meant for the hopeful elect, all right? It's not meant for nobody else. All right, the hopeful elect is going to listen to this word. They're going to hear it, and they're going to get down to the tune of that beat, all right? And we're going to come back to our heritage, which is these law, statutes, commandments of our God, Yahweh Shem Shai, all right? This is the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11. It reads, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed, all right? Our salvation is right around the corner. All right, we're in those days, we're in those times. All right, let me bring this out real quick, and because you'll be able to discern the times that we're in. When you keep in touch with these scriptures, the scriptures let you know. All right, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8 and verse 5, and it reads, "Whoso keepeth the commandments shall feel no evil thing." All right, and a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment. What does it require you to be a wise man, all right? A wise man taketh heed to Yahweh Shem Shai's instructions, all right? Which is the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh, 613 commandments. No, it's impossible to keep them all here, all right? But you strive to keep the ones that you can keep. And a lot of those, the ones that you can keep, are very easy to keep. It's the small ones that's going to really give us that's how you show your works. That's how you show that you love Yahweh Shem Shai. That also goes to show you, when you believe in the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Shem Shai, that you know that's going to ultimately how this earth is going to be ran. All right? It's going to be ran by Yahweh Shem Shai's laws. It's not going to be ran by the laws of man, which are corrupt, defiled, polluted, and a lot of hypocrisy that goes about it too. Every man will follow the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Shem Shai. But the hopeful elect, which is the 144,000, 12,000 men from each tribe, they're going to be the law enforcement. All right? They're going to be the judges. All right? They're going to enforce and implement the laws of God in that day. And his laws are going to be forever. All right? And that's how this earth is going to be ruled. It's not going to be ruled by these bitch-ass unrighteous decrees that this damn devil puts upon the earth. All right? It's going to be ruled in righteousness. All right? So it reads, and whoso keepeth the commandments shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerns both time and judgment. A wise man is able to discern the time and the judgments, the time and the seasons that we're in, all right? When you look at how things are going according to prophecies, that's how you know we're right there. We're right there at the end. That's why I brought out through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, Romans 13, chapter, verse 11. It's high time that we wake out of sleep, because our salvation is nearer than what we believe. A lot of people think that, oh, we got a few decades left here. Maybe 100 years. Maybe it's going to be in our children's lifetime. No, it's going to be in this lifetime. All right, it's right around the corner. All right, we ain't got no several decades left. All right, we got less than a decade here. All right, and you're able to know that by the scriptures. A wise man discerns both time and judgment. All right, and you can also go to this. What is this? This is Isaiah. This is Isaiah chapter 42 verse 9. Behold, the former things are come to pass. The former things, the things of the past, the Most High Yahweh Shai declared, when we read them in the scriptures, all right, they came to pass. Let's give an example. All right, the 12 tribes of Israel will be cursed because of their disobedience and scattered from out their land, kicked out their land for disobedience and scattered into the four corners of the earth. All right, Yahweh Shai told us of that, all right, and it came to pass. What's another thing? All right, the earth will be given into the hand of the wicked. Who's the wicked? The so-called white man. We're going to bring that in the scriptures. He tells you of these things. There's nothing new under the sun. He lets you know before they even happen. All right? Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. All right? Yahweh Shai doesn't spring a surprise on nobody. All right? If you believe in these scriptures, he's going to let you know everything ahead before time, right? That's why wisdom and knowledge will be the stability of a righteous man. Wisdom and knowledge will be the stability of that times. All right, what is that? Isaiah 33 and 6. All right, because when they take heed to these scriptures, and that day when everybody's panicking, all right, like a chicken with their head cut off, we're gonna be keeping it cool, because we're gonna already know what's going on. All right, we're gonna already be in the know. I got another precept real quick regarding that matter. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 46, in verse 10. It reads, declaring the end from the beginning. So Yahweh Shai already told us the end, or how the end was going to be. All right? When this earth shall fall and be burnt by fire, it's going to be renewed, and it's going to be purged of all the wickedness, of all the evil, of all the abominations, all right? Of all the diabolical deeds that come on this place. It's going to be purged of all that. Yahweh Shai ain't fucking around with these people, man. You people are in for a rude-ass awakening, because you really don't know the Most High Yahweh Shai. See, y'all took the devil's version of it, that you can live as you want, do as you please, and all you have to do is believe in his name, which is a false image. It's an idol you're worshiping. When you have that cross on your neck, when you say Jesus, you think of that so-called white man, which is the devil. That's the deceiver. That's who you believe in. That's who you call your God, a liar and deceiver. You know why? Because you're a liar and deceiver. All right? Birds of a feather flock together. I'm going to get to that, though. Isaiah 46 and verse 10. Declaring the end from the beginning and from the ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel will stand and I will do all my pleasure. Yahweh Shai, whatever he says is going to come to pass. All right? And he already declared the end from the beginning. All right? And a wise man who discerns both time and judgment understands these things. All right? We know that we're right there. We're right there. It's not around the corner no more. It's at the doorstep. All right? This is the book of Job. This is the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. All right? And it reads, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right, so the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So the wicked are in possession of the earth right now. All right, we're gonna break that down. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. He covered. That means he whitewashed. He put up a lie. All right, he put up an illusion, a delusion to deceive everybody. That's why everybody think that that the Most High Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai look like the so-called white man. The so-called white man's not white. All right? He's not white. That's white. The so-called white man's not that color. The so-called white man is different shades of red. More like this. Red, pink. All right? He burns in the sun and his skin comes out red. All right? He has no melanin. He's pink. He's different shades of pink. Red, which is a derivative of red. All right? He's not white, but he covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So if the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, let's break that down. All right? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, right? Who's the wicked? According to the scriptures. Let's bring out who the wicked is. This is the book of Malachi chapter 1 and verse... I'm going to start off at verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord Yahweh to Israel. All right? So Yahweh speaking to his people, Israel, by Malachi. I have loved you. So Yahweh Shemeshai has loved us. He's always loved us. And that's the only people he's dealing with. And that's the only people he loves. Because he gave the covenant to us, his people. All right? Which is the covenant, the law, statutes, commandments. All right? We're the only nation that ever received that. All right? I have loved you, saith the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? All right? Yeah, and we say that. All right? We have the audacity to say, yeah, God, you don't love us. You know why? Because Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua goes according to action. A lot of us people we like to go to the bitch version of it, which that feel good, that feelings, how you make me feel. No, man. You can't have liberty without discipline. I'm gonna repeat that again. You cannot have liberty, freedom, without discipline. When you have liberty without direction, without order, without discipline, you get complete, total anarchy. You get chaos. Everybody think they can do what they want, and everybody's self-righteous in their own eyes. You're gonna get robbery. You're gonna get murders, and I'm talking about righteously. All right? You get all matters of... You get whoredom. You get harlotry. All right? You get all matters of wickedness. All right? Lying, all that stuff. When people think they have free will to do as they want and just have liberty, freedom, right? You can't be truly freedom unless there's discipline behind that. There's order and instruction behind that. All right? Or you get complete chaos. And Yahweh Shemeshai gives us the instruction manual, all right, that discipline, that order and instruction on how to govern the earth. And he gave that to a particular people, the Israelites. All right? So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, Job 9 and 24. Malachi chapter 1 and verse 3. No, I'm in verse 2. Chapter 1, verse 2. I have loved you, saith the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? All right? The so-called white man, biblically speaking, he is our brother. All right, biblically speaking. And what I'm talking about that is Jacob and Esau, they were twins. All right, they were twins. But they're two matters of people and two different nations of people. Yahweh Shemeshai deals with nations. All right, he deals with nations of people. He chose Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel, and he despised Esau. He hated Esau. He made him and created them. All right, the children not even born yet. He created them to hate them. All right, he created them to be the villain. All right? He created him to be the wicked. Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, yet I love Jacob. I love Jacob. That's the people I chose. That's the people he loved. This is his story. This is his script. So he decides it all. And I hated Esau. He hates Esau. And laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. All right? Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. All right? And they shall call them the border of wickedness. So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua said Esau is the border. That means he's the embodiment. All right? He's the definition of wickedness. All right? He's the one that calls and spreads all the wickedness on earth, because everything he does is contrast, is contrary, is opposition, is subversion of Yahweh. All right? And that's what it comes down to. So Esau is the border. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. We, according to scriptures, know that Esau is the embodiment, the definition of wickedness. So the earth is given into the hand of the Edomites. That's why he's ruling over the earth. And the earth is fucked up. Everybody's complaining. Everybody's mourning. Everybody's in a pitiful, sad, miserable state. All right? This place is wicked. Even the wicked knows that. And I'm talking about these base level people. This place is foul. It's a foul place to live in, man. There's no righteousness here. There's no justice. There's no truth. When Esau reigns, all he does is, how that devil reigns through lying, deceit, delusions, which is all forms of lying, all right? murder, and rape. How did he get this land? He stole it. Robbery. He raped our people and took over it. And then he took and whitewashed everything by putting his image like he's the chosen people guy. When you look at the ancient artifacts, they were people that were melanated. People with woolly hair. I take my braids out, woolly hair, big afro, all right? Very dark-skinned people, all right? Now, all of us are not going to look dark-skinned now because a lot of our men that we intermingled in with these heathen women, and our seed line that came from those women are still Israelites. Because you are what your father is, all right? That's the book of Numbers chapter 1 and verse 18. It lets you know, all right? But this is the book of Genesis. Let's get back on track. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 27, and verse 38, all right? Because this is what Esau's blessing was. He was given the earth for a period of time, all right? And each time Esau, this is Esau's is his last hoorah. Remember, when the Grecians ruled, all right, the true Grecians are Japhites, all right, but Esau took over them and he started calling themselves the Grecians. Whoever Esau conquers, he changes who he really is by taking over the heritage and customs of those people that he conquered. That's why he's a culture vulture, all right? He doesn't stay in his own land, which was those mountains. That's why he's Mount Seir. He even got Mount Seir from the Hamites, which today you would call them Africans, so-called Africans. Their biblical nationality are the Hamites, right? Mount Seir was originally inhabited by Hamites, all right? But Esau went over there, conquered them, and then he took over that land, all right? All right? The same thing when he conquered over the Japhites, the true Japhites, all right? Which were Grecians, all right? He called himself Greece. It's the same thing today. When he went over there and over Israel, when we got casted out, he started calling themselves Israeli, or which is calling themselves Israelites or Jewish. He's a culture vulture. No, he's Edom. He's Esau, according to scriptures. All right? And this is his blessing in the scriptures. Genesis chapter 27, verse 38 and verse 40. And Esau said unto his father, Isaac, all right? Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. So he cried out to his father and he wept, right? He's crying out, hey, I want a blessing too, because Jacob got the blessing. All right? He got that true blessing, that everlasting blessing. Esau's blessing was temporal for a season. All right? And every time he reigned, which is the Greeks, that was the first. Then you had the Romans, all right? And now you have the modern, the Neo-Romans. Neo means new. All right? And each time he fell. Due to what? Rape, robbery, murder, and greed. Ultimately, he implodes by his own greed, by his own wickedness. He implodes. By whoredom, lies and deceits, greeds and pollution, infighting. All right? And they destroy themselves from the inside out. That's usually what happens to Esau. All right? The Grecian Empire fell. Esau is a terrible ruler, man. The Roman Empire failed. Very wicked. The Neo-Roman Empire, which is Babylon the Great, so-called America, is going to fall. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, so you shall have, your living shall be the fatness of the earth. You will have everything on earth. And of the dew of heaven from above, you will own everything. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. But check this out. And by that sword shalt thou live. And how do you do it? Through violence, bloodshed. You didn't get it through just means. You rape, rob, and murder people. And you lie and deceive to control the narrative. You Edomites are going to pay as a whole nation. Every last one of y'all are going to suffer for what your forefathers did, what you are your forefathers. That's why you never corrected anything. Talking about my forefathers or my ancestors did it. You are your forefathers' ancestors. That's why you never corrected anything. How come to this day, all right, you're reaping the benefits of your forefathers because you are your forefathers? How come to this day you never returned the land? You know what they did. How come you never returned the land back to its actual people, which is the Israelites? This land belongs to us, the Israelites. The land of Israel belongs to us. How come you didn't give us back our land? Because you are your forefathers. That's why you never corrected it. All that boo-hoo, all that manipulation there, you get the fuck out of here, man. See through all that delusion and lies. You people are the fucking devil, man. And by that sword thou shalt live, that's how you live. Through violence, delusion, lies, and deceits. Control, because you can control the narrative. And shall serve thy brother. But at the end of it, you're going to serve thy brother. You're gonna have the kingdom for a period of time, and you're gonna reign in wickedness by your sword, which is your weaponry, all right? And yellow is mainly your witchcraft, your mind games, your deceit is also on a whole fucking other level. Esau, man, nobody lies as much as an Edomite, man. The so-called white person, man. They ain't nobody that lies as much as they do. All they do is fucking lie, and they'll smile right in your face. Gaslight, manipulate, control the narrative. They are wicked, man. They are the border of liars, man. The embodiment of a lie. All they fucking do is lie. And smile right in your face. And it make you gaslight you to make you believe that what they're doing and whatever they're doing or whatever they're saying is true. Man. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, when you have the kingdom, all right? When you're in your living in the height of your kingdom, ruling in wickedness, you have the earth by wickedness, and you live by your sword, all right? That thou shalt break his yoke from thy neck, all right? Jacob's going to be the beginning of the new age, and he's going to rule forever, all right? And your ass is going into slavery. You're going to reap what you sow, and you're going to pay far worse. Now, we ain't going to do that faggot you shit that y'all was doing. Y'all over there buck breaking the men. Nah, we ain't doing no faggot shit, but we going to fuck y'all up, man. Y'all fed us to alligators. Y'all fed us to fucking sharks. Y'all fed us to wild beasts. All right? You cut off our limbs. You cut off the breast of our women. All right? You cut off the dicks, our rods of the men. All right? You broke us and fed us nothing but lies and deceit to this day, man. My people are fucked up. And then you make our people sell out. You know, a lot of our people that sell out, they start doing rap culture, gangster culture. That shit is nothing but death. All right? Talking about how to rob your brother. All right? Take your brother's girl. Adultery. All right? How to kill, murder. All that's death. But you sell out to the white man, and the so-called white man, what does he do? Which is the Edomite, the Bible. He puts that and paints that as that's us. We ain't nothing but robbers, thieves, murderers. All right? And adulterers, just all matters of wickedness. He paints our faces that. But he's the one that's controlling it behind the scenes. And you Jakes, you Israelites, you sell out to that shit. You sell out your own people for a little, for some crumbs. A few million, that's crumbs. You betray your own people, and you turn your back on your own God for crumbs. You sell out for fucking crumbs. You sell out to this damn devil. This damn devil's gonna pay for all that. All right, so Esau was given the blessing to control the earth, right? All right. Now Esau got a short amount of time, all right? He got a very short amount of time, all right? This is Esau's coming down with that new world order, all All right, which is the RFID micro C hip. Put that together. It spells what? All right, C hip. That's what time he's on. All right, Esau wants to control everybody. He wants to put everybody into slavery. He wants to make everybody his slave. All right, he wants to be as if he's God, and he controls and sees all things. All right, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 13. All right, in verse 15, and it reads, "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed." And anybody that don't take his micro C hip that he plans to implant into people's, all right, to own them, all right, birth certificate, social security card, yeah, we're already owned, but this is gonna take it to a whole nother level, all right. This is taken to where you completely subject yourself to him. In all subjection, you're basically saying, "Oh, he's my God, and I'm gonna submit to all his rules and all his laws," which goes completely contrary to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Verse 16, "And he causes all, both small and great," it doesn't matter what or who you are, he's gonna make everybody, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. All right. "And that no man might buy or sell, save he that have the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number, or the number of his name." All right. So you're not going to be able to what? Survive in this society. You can't buy or sell. You can't buy the things you need if you don't have that mark. So he's basically saying, if you don't take my mark, if you don't bow down before me, he's going to put you to death through starvation or by the sword. Literally tells you that. Any that don't serve the beast, if you don't serve him, should be killed. It's going to be through what? If you can't buy or sell, through starvation and through the sword. And that sword, when it says sword, it means just any weapon of killing. A killing instrument. That could be anything. So the modern day sword would be the gun and his military weapons. Anybody that don't sit down and bow down to that man's system is going to be put to death. All right? This is the book of Sirach, but a lot of y'all going to get down with his program. Y'all already calling the so-called white man your God. You believe in his false image, his Christianity. All right? You obey his laws and his will, but you have a problem with God's laws and God's will, which are his laws, statutes, commandments, which are righteous and true. That's the crazy part. Let me bring this out real quick. God's laws are righteous and true, and these devil laws are all contrary to him, so they're abominable. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119, and verse 151. All right, and it reads, "Thou art near, O Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, all thy commandments are true." So the truth are the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, because that's where everybody's going to be governed in the new earth to come, and it's going to be enforced by the Israelites. The 144,000, which are going to be the law enforcement, they're going to be the policemen. They're going to be in righteous, in true justice. And they're going to enforce God's laws, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai's laws, and they're going to be forever. All right. So we just brought out Revelation with that anybody that bowed down before that is because you accepted Esau as your God, and a lot of you people already do accept Esau as your God. Y'all believe in a lie because y'all deep down inside y'all are liars yourselves. You people are liars, man. You believe in a lie, but you act like you're innocent. You act like you're good. You're not. Because you lived out your whole life and you don't seek out what's pleasing to the Most High's eyes. And what's pleasing to him are his laws. It teach you on how to love your neighbor. All right? Those are laws of God. It teach you on how to rule and govern the earth. Those are the laws of God. You're not going to get death and decay with his laws. You get death and decay by these laws. But y'all love it because y'all think you got, oh, it's freedom. I don't have to bow down before God. That's freedom. But you bow down before the devil and his laws. People are hypocrites and you're wicked. So you chose your God. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. He's your God. All right? That's why y'all love the lies, because he's the father of lies. All right? Let me bring this out. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 13 and verse 16. No, I'm going to read. This is verse 15. Every beast loveth his like. So all beasts go to their own like, right? Like birds of a feather flock together. That's where that saying comes from. Every beast go according to their own kind, right? And every man loveth his neighbor. Every man goes according to his own people. That's twofold, though. Most people go to their own people. Most people. All right? But it goes deeper than that. Most people is saying that a thief is going to be with a thief. A harlot is going to be with a harlot. All right? Sinners are going to be with sinners. All right? The godly is going to be with the godly. The holy with the holy. All right? Whatever spirit that you're in, you're going to congregate and dwell with the same spirits of like manner spirit. So let's read that again. Every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor. So everybody loves their own kind. All right? Whatever spirit you have, that's who you gravitate towards. So if you like lies and deceits, you're going to dwell with people that like lies and deceits. If you got somebody that likes to be told and live in a delusion because it makes them feel good and they don't want to believe in the truth because they don't want to get down with the truth, they're going to dwell with people of the same sort. That's what that's going into. Verse 16. All flesh consorteth according to kind. All right? And a man will cleave to his like. Once again, same thing. All right? So all you people that get down with Esau's ways that are contrary to Yahweh Shemel Shai, all right? Y'all gonna all bow down before him. All right? What fellowship have the wolf with the lamb? So the sinner with the godly. What agreement is there between the hyena and a dog? And what peace between the rich and the poor? All right? Exactly. Everybody's going to go to their own like. All right? Thieves with thieves. Murderers with murderers. All right? So-called gangsters with gangsters. All right? Whores with whores. All right? They dwell amongst each other. They live with each other. All right? They're comfortable with each other because they're of the same like matter. So you people that bow down before this devil, that's ultimately how your spirit really is. You live your whole lives in your so-called liberty, and you don't seek what's pleasing to the Most High Yahweh Shemel Shai, which is his righteousness, his truth, which is his law, statutes, commandments. But you get down with the devils. But you call yourself free. You're not free. You just told your God. Because you follow his order. You follow his laws. All right? Let's get the law. Those that take the mark in that day, those that take that RFID C-hip, is because you get down with the so-called white man and his lies and the way he gets down. Because that's who you are. The only difference between you and him, a lot of you people, is that you lack the power that he got. But inwardly, you're just like him. All right? That's why you gravitate towards his ways. What was I going to get? The law, yeah. This is the book of Leviticus chapter 19 and verse, let me see, 28. And it reads, ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh. All right? For the dead. So you're not supposed to make any cuttings. All right? The RFID C-hip is going to be a cut. He has to cut and then put that inside you. One of the laws of God, Yahweh Shemel Shai, says you're not supposed to make any cuttings in your flesh. All right? Nor print any marks upon you. All right? You don't put no marks upon you. Now, this, in that context, is really talking about tattoos. All right? Or like when a person will cut themselves or put a teardrop for every kill that they got, all right, or for every person that was precious to them died. Yahweh Shemeshai says that don't do that, all right? But you're also not supposed to be putting marks, tattoos. Now, you can repent from tattoos if you had them and you didn't know that, and now you just don't get no more. Or you stop cutting yourself. If you was doing that before and now you know you come to the knowledge of the truth, you just stop doing it. That's how you show forth love to Yahweh, by doing what he tells you to do. But that's one of the laws too. You're not supposed to be in certain things into you either. All right? So that's going back into, if you take that RFID chip, that RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, which is basically saying you're bowed down before the devil, which is the so-called white man. All right? You're breaking one of the commandments. Let's go further, though. Let's go further, all right? Let's go further with that. Because if any of you people take that mark, there ain't no repentance for that. You're basically saying, okay, you own me in my entirety. All right? And I completely call you my master, you my God, and I'm gonna get down and bow down before all your ways. And you forsake God. So you chose God once again. You're God. You believed into the lie. You believed into this devil's ways. All right, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 21, and verse 6. No, I'm going to start with verse 4, right? If his master have given him a wife, all right, so remember, Esau earns everything here, all right? Everybody belongs to him, all right? He runs this system, and you got to get down with him, or you wait. You go to jail, or he kills you. All right? If his master have given him a wife, so if you take a wife here, that's Esau's. That's why it's so wicked. That's why you don't take these women here. These women are polluted and defiled, man. They follow after the devil. The devil says they have so-called liberty and all this freedom, which they use to destroy themselves. A woman has to be kept in the straight and narrow, man. She destroys herself, and anybody that comes in her vicinity, she destroys. Now, despite everything that's good for her, she'll turn her back on and choose the wicked. She rewards wickedness and she punishes good. And Esau allows it. A woman only has power that a man gives. A woman can't do what she can just so brazenly as she seems fit if a man doesn't allow it. Esau allows these women to be like the way that they are. That's why they're able to do it. See, in our kingdom, when we implement Yahweh Shemeshai's laws, that ain't gonna be allowed. These women got no fucking power. That's why, and these women are so proud. They're about to be greatly humbled. You bitches ain't got no fucking power. You're fucking delusional. Whatever you're doing, it's because some man allows you to do it. And lost your fucking minds, man. Esau done allowed you to be wicked and be so, oh, I'm free. I can do as I please. I don't have to be in order. I can destroy myself. And then men so-called find themselves caring or loving you, and they follow after you to their own destruction. Wicked. All right? But Exodus 21 and verse 4, if his master have given him a wife, and she have borne him sons or daughters, once again, they're under the system. The wife and her children shall be her master's, and he shall go out by himself. Verse 5, and if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, which you people do, you people say, I love you, Esau. We can't do nothing without you. We can't have the kingdom without you. My bitch ass people, man, the wicked of my people. Yo, man. I love my master, my wife, and my children. And all those that sit there and bow down before this devil. You're supposed to separate yourself from them. And it's better not to even have them. That's why I always refrain from taking a wife. Call out Yahweh Shemeshai, he blessed me to be a good-looking man. All right? There's plenty of times I could have took a wives, had many children. But Yahweh Shemeshai put in my spirit and kept me on that straight and narrow not to. Because if I was to have a children or a wife here, I risk them being under Esau's rulership. It doesn't matter if I teach them the law, statutes, commandments. If they're the elect, they're going to be the elect. But why even go there? Why risk my sanity, all right, in my heart, to take women that's going to turn and betray me, and I'm going to be feeling some type of way, that's going to fuck up my mind, all right, that can veer me off course, or I see my children following after their mother and learning the ways of this fucking devil, this heathen. And that's what these women do. These women, for the most part, they follow after the devil. My mom, my mother, and a lot of brothers can speak, never told me anything spiritually according to the scriptures. She told me according to how she felt and how the so-called white man perceives it, not the truth of the matter. All right, like Lamech's mother in the book of Proverbs, the 31st chapter. And then, can you really say these women love you? They don't love you. They don't listen to godly order. They don't listen to godly instruction. All right? They turn your own children against you. They follow after the customs of this damn devil. Chaos and destruction, death and decay. And that was all by design. Because the Father gives the instruction. He gives the order. He gives the law. These women like, And then Esau comes in, and if you try to put them into that law, if you try to put them in their place, they have the audacity to call another man to check you. Whether it be the so-called Edomite or their father, their brother, to come to check you. That's confusion. You're my bitch. I'm the one fucking you. I give you instruction order according to the law. You bow down and you submit to me. All right, obviously according to the scriptures. All right, but a woman, your wife is supposed to submit to you in all things. And when she submits to you, she shows you that she loves you. And in exchange, it's already in our nature as men to love our women. But I can't love no wicked bitch, and any godly man can't love no wicked-ass evil bitch. You follow my lead. And when I see that you love me through your actions, you pleasing me, you doing what I'm saying, all right? You're coming in a comely, gentle manner and a feminine manner. That's going to brighten my joy, all right? I can work harder. I can do better. I can perform better. And what? You're going to benefit from that. But instead, you women want to bring death and decay. You want to destroy. That goes to show you really hate God. You have a problem that a man is set over you. And for the most part, the vast majority of men, their hearts geared towards women are in a peaceful, loving manner. They want to love you. They want to do for you. Y'all take advantage of their care and their love to destroy them. To make them servant to you. That's wicked, man. And y'all gonna pay for that. But that goes to show you whose side you really took. You took the devil's side. To be disordering, chaotic, and wicked. All right, Exodus 21, verse 4. If his master have given him a wife, and she have borne him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her master's, and he shall go out by himself. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, my children, I will not go free. All right, I want to be with my women, I want to be with my children. All right, I'll take heed to your laws and your covenant. This is the key part, verse 6. Then his master shall bring him into the judges. He shall also bring him to the door or into the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with the awl, and he shall serve him forever. It's the same thing with that mark. You take that RFID C hip, you basically say, hey, I'll serve you. You're my God. You're my master. And I'm going to do whatever and obey whatever you tell me to do. I'm going to be your bitch. Your perpetual bitch. That means you chose your God. And that means Yahweh Shem Shai, if you do that, then Yahweh Shem Shai, okay, well, you chose your God. So you're going to get destruction. All right? This is the book of Judges. This will be the last one. This is the book of Judges. Yeah, you people ain't fooling nobody. You know what? Before I get Judges, I want to get this first. All right? This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 1. All right. It says a wise judge will instruct his people. So a wise judge is a person that takes heed to the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And when you instruct the people on that, you're going to get a beautiful earth. All right. You people just like rebellion. All right. You like rebellion. All right. You don't like to follow an instruction. And when you don't follow the instruction, the manuscript, you fuck shit up. It's like, it's an analogy I always use, man. You go to Lowe's, Home Depot, and you buy you a shed, right? And this is the first time you ever built a shed, right? You don't know how to build this correctly, all right? You got the instruction manual that tells you on how to build it, all right? You look at the instruction manual, you toss that shit to the side, you say, I'm gonna do it my way. Don't know what the fuck you doing. That's pride. That's what you call self-willed and pride. You don't know what you're doing. You destroy yourself and you destroy any others that's within the vicinity. All right? So you didn't follow instructions of building that shed, right? You didn't know what the fuck you're doing. That shit comes out like, after you finish the product, he's like, what the fuck is this? It collapsed. You destroyed, the shed is fucked up, and anybody in the vicinity of that shed gets fucked up because of that collapse. That's how you people are. Man. All right, this is the book of Sirach. Oh, shit. My bad. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and a government of a prudent man is well ordered. So those that government just means to rule over. All right? It's going to be well ordered. All right, under the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's how it's going to be in the near future, all right, when the Israelites are governing this earth, all right? The sons of God, the Israelite men, they're going to govern this earth in righteousness under the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But this is verse 2 and verse 3 is the key point that I wanted to get. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. So who's the judge of the people? Who's ruling and governing over the earth? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, the so-called white man. It says, as he is, all his officers, all his law enforcement. If you're in law enforcement, you're supporting a wicked-ass system. A corrupt, polluted, defiled system. You're just as the same as the ruler of the nation. And what? In what matter of men the ruler of the city is, such are all that dwell therein. That's why everybody's just like this devil, man. If you're following after this damn devil. Now, like I said, the only difference is that you people lack the power that he got. But if you was given the same amount of power, you will run it just like he does. But you bitch and complain, all right? It's only because you lack the power. I've seen it firsthand in those court systems on how these people are. Careless, don't give a fuck. They don't care about no righteousness or truth. There's so many innocent people in those that suffer unrighteously, that get unfair judgments given by the jury, by the judge. These people don't care, man. These people are wicked, man. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. In what matter of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. An unwise king destroyeth his people. All right? And this man is very unwise. And he destroys the people. But all you people follow under this guy, because you the reason why you follow after him and you choose his ways, his customs, because your heart, your spirit is just like him. You love wickedness, you love disorder, you love chaos. All right, you love unrighteousness, you love unjust. You're self-willed, and you're gonna die for that. You're gonna die for that. All right, now let me finish off this with this. This is the book of Judges, chapter 10 and verse. This is the book of Judges, chapter 10 and verse 13. So you chose Esau, Edom, in his ways, in his customs. All right, you became his eternal, perpetual bitch. Which Yahweh Shem Yahushai, it's just the ultimate test anyway, because he's gonna destroy all that. But this is what Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to say. Yet ye have forsaken me and served other gods. Wherefore I will deliver you no more. You ain't going to get no deliverance. There's no salvation in that day. All right, if you take that micro C hit. All right. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. All right, in your time of suffering. All right. Go and cry to Esau. Go and cry to the devil. Y'all gonna see how duped you were. He's a deceiver. All right. He says things. All right. He lies. He puts up a charm and a smiling face just to deceive you. And you people go right along with it. Give up all your rights and you bow down, right? You bow down before him and obey his rules. All right? Stupid dumbass people. You fucking stupid dumbass people, man. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 58. 58 in verse. Let me see what I want. Verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb, and they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. And that's what the wicked does. Liars. You believe in lies. You love lies. You love to hear smooth things. You love to just tickle my ear. Tell me what I want to hear. All right? And you'll give away your humanity, your sanity, your soul for a lie, for a delusion, just a so-called feel good, not knowing that it ain't nothing but poison and death behind that. All right, you know what? I want to get another one real quick, because this is how you people are, and this is what you people bow down before. This is the book of Psalms chapter 55 in verse 20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. All right? He lets you to get your guard down by what? Come at you peacefully with a smile. Esau Edom is good at doing that. These bitches are good at doing that too. Smile at you, tell you what you want to hear. All right? And you men just eat that shit up, man. You never trust no fucking woman. You try everything. All right? You see it with her actions. You don't just go by a pretty face. That face is deceitful. Some sweet words. Fuck that bitch. That bitch is a liar, bro. Fuck Esau Edom. He's a liar. You gotta try people, man. You gotta try people's spirit. You gotta test out their spirit. He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He had broken his covenant. He breaks all his promises. He tells you all these things and it sounds so good. And you sit there believing him. All right? He's putting snares and shackles and traps on you. That's how these women operate too. Their minds ain't nothing but snares and traps. You people get deceived by some good wordplay with a smile and some charm. Charm is deceitful. A good-looking face. That shit is deceit. Most people use that for evil and wickedness. To let your guard down. All right? The words of his mouth are smoother than butter. Very smooth. Tell you what you want to hear. But war was in his heart. But secretly, this person's plotting and scheming about how to overthrow you. How to have power over you. How to make you a servant unto them. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. All right? Man, you people are fucking stupid. You'll give your whole soul to some charm. Charm is deceit. A smile. Some hear good sweet words. To a good looking face. Nah, man. If a person's actions don't match their words, you don't believe that shit, man. You don't believe that shit. Fuck you wicked ass people. All you people gonna perish. Alright? And y'all don't know how God is. And you don't know how the sons of God, the righteous ones, the sons of God are, man. We're gonna be very evil into you wicked ass people. Y'all don't know evil. All you women are going to perpetual slavery. You're going to know your place. And you're going to pay. That same energy that you gave, you're going to get it right back. That's in the scriptures. It ain't just, in that day and age, all hell breaks loose. Now you want to get right. You women know. Oh yeah, you brothers, don't be deceived by these women. The women know a lot more than you think that they know, man. They just play stupid, which is called gas. It's a form of gaslighting, which is a form of deceit, which is devilish, witchcraft. These women know full well what the fuck they be doing, bro. A lot of women know the truth and stuff. It's just fun with them to see you suffer. It's fun with them to play with you and to see you suffer, struggle, to the point of even death or imprisonment. Then they go on to the next like nothing even happened. Esau does that too. And then in that day, they think, okay, when all hell breaks loose, now they want to come correct. Now all of a sudden they know how to act right. And you bitches, you think you deceiving the man of God? Some of y'all gonna get played. Y'all gonna play yourselves. Y'all have no idea what some of these men of God gonna do to y'all, man. And it's gonna be just. See, the men of God, you have to understand them, some more than others, but when they come in a great spirit and a great power of duality, that's a whole nother topic and a whole deeper lesson. But duality, and what I mean by that is they master both light and dark. That's how Yahweh Shem Yahushua is. Their light is what? Their mercies, their kindness. All right? Their joy for righteousness. And when you come correct, and when you do right by them. But boy, do they have another side, and y'all ain't ready. That darkness, that evil, it's gonna be just when they do it to you. And you ain't gonna know what the fuck you hit. Because y'all believe in this so-called Jesus, all good, lovey-dovey, love everybody. And all his men are gonna be like that. Nah, man. Y'all gonna get rewarded with evil because you were evil. And y'all ain't ready. The sons of God have a gift of duality, just like their father. Just like their big brother, Yahweh Shai. A perfect balance between light and darkness, and they use their darkness what? To protect. All right? To dish out justice. To dish out righteous order. You people ain't ready, man. They're killers. All right? They're going to take back everything that belongs to them through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They're going to meditate terrors on you wicked ass people. You ain't deceiving the righteous. You know what? This will be the last one. I'm going to close out. See right through you, know all your whole life history, and you think you playing this. Man, y'all ain't ready, man. Y'all have no idea. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 33 verse 1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled. Esau, Edom, you women. And dealt treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with you. You're going to reap the same energy you gave. And it's going to be just. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Y'all going to get that same energy back. We got to be even first before forgiveness comes into. That's another thing y'all don't understand about forgiveness, man. That's energy. Everything's spiritual. Spiritual is the laws of God. You reap what you sow. And y'all ain't fooling the elect, the righteous, the sons of God. Y'all ain't fooling them, man. Y'all don't know how the spiritual power discernment that they have and how much more it's going to get increased in that day. To cast judgments on you people. You women, you wicked ass women, I see right through you. And it's a crazy thing because I play y'all. Y'all think y'all playing? You so-called wicked ass, you fucking heathen. Smile wide in your face, man. Y'all have no idea how I really am. But I'm patiently waiting for the green light of Yahweh Shem Shai. My brothers the same way. The hopeful elect. Because we know who our God and our King is, and we know who we serve. We know who our master is. Yahweh Shem Shai, who gives the increase. And y'all know how terrible his men are. We're just like our father and our big brother, Yahweh Shai. And our father, Yahweh. First and foremost, Yahweh. The sons of God are ruthless, man. Perfect balance between good and evil. You fuck with them, you're going to regret it. You're going to wish that you didn't. Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai. Call out Yahweh Shem Shai. Shalom to you, hopeful elect, my brethren. All right, you 12 tribe Israelite brothers. All right, the hopeful elect. Shalom.